This is section 10.6, finding angle measures. Inverse trig functions are used to find the measure of an angle when you know two sides. You can see the inverse trig functions here. We have inverse tangent, which on your calculator will look like this, tangent -1. To access this button, you would hit the second button on your calculator and then the tangent button. Then we have inverse sine, which is sine to the -1, and yet you would use second sine on the calculator. And then inverse cosine, that's second cosine on the calculator. Here's an example in which we want to find the measure of angle C. To start this problem, we're going to set up our trig equation. Of course, since we're looking to find angle C, we're going to start from angle C. Starting from angle C, we know the opposite side and we know the adjacent side. So opposite over adjacent is tangent. So we'll start with the tangent of angle C equals 3/4. Now, since tangent C is one term, we cannot undo them. But what we can do is we can take the inverse tangent of both sides. So we take the inverse tangent of the tangent of C, and we do the same thing on both sides, the inverse tangent of 3/4. So what happens on the left side is the inverse tangent undoes the tangent and leaves us with angle C, which is what we want to find. And now we can take our calculator and type in the inverse tangent of 3/4. Making sure your calculator is in degree mode, we type this into the calculator and we get 36.87 degrees for angle C. Let's take a look at another example. Here we want to find the measure of angle B. So starting from angle B, we know the opposite side and we know the hypotenuse. Opposite over hypotenuse is sine, so we set up our trig equation. Sine of angle B equals opposite over hypotenuse. Now we're going to take the inverse sine of both sides of this equation. On the left side, the inverse sine undoes the sine, leaving us with angle B by itself. On the right side, we can type into our calculator the inverse sine of 7 divided by 11, and we get 39.52 degrees for angle B. So you can see from the two examples that we've done that in order to find an angle, you still need to set up your trig equation, and then to isolate the angle, you use the inverse trig function, which you can access on the calculator. Make sure your calculator is in degrees, and your answer will come out in degrees. This is section 10.6, finding angle measures.